first look at the Takuka Falls. That's all you're going to get for now, although you'll get a really good look at it later on. We are in Yoho National Park. We are just about to start the Yoho Valley Trail and the Iceline Trail. So we're doing this in a couple of days. Morning, Danny. It's pretty early. It's like 6:15, 6:30, something like that.
6:30.
We are getting on the trail so early. The original plan was to come down last night, and then we were going to head into Twin Falls Campground, which is about 7.5 kilometers from here. Unfortunately, we were delayed leaving Edmonton, and then we were delayed again big time because there was a huge accident on Highway 2, so we tried to go around it, and it ended up just being a really slow going,
A little bit of a
very long drive. So if we had kept going all the way and got here, we would have started hiking at probably 1:30 or midnight, or 12:30 or midnight, 11:30 or midnight. Sorry, I'm still waking up, it's early. So rather than that, we just pulled over a little creek on the side of the road, maybe 15 kilometers before the national park boundary. We just pulled over there and we just slept in the car.
Never done that before?
Yeah, it was nice actually. Pretty, I won't say comfortable, but it was totally okay.
Not uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was totally okay. I was planning on driving for a couple more hours, so I just pounded a Red Bull. Not so good for the sleep last night. Pretty tired. So yeah, we decided to get up early, do the rest of the drive. Got here at 6:30. Now we're getting onto the trail. Our friends Brian and Lisa came out yesterday, so they should be
expecting us at the campground this morning.
They were expecting us last night, really. So hopefully they didn't panic and call the park rangers or anything like that yet. We're gonna go meet them there now this morning.
This is the walking campground.
Up here is the Takuka Falls walk-in campground. So yeah, it's a long weekend. It's Saturday, August long weekend, Saturday. So we were pretty sure we wouldn't be able to find any official campgrounds. That's why we just parked on the side of the road. And I don't know exactly what the rules are about doing that in the national parks.
I saw a lot of abandoned or sleeping in vehicles.
Yeah, people definitely do it, but I feel like it's frowned upon and you could theoretically get a ticket for it. So that's why we decided to stop before the park boundary in a public land use area where I know that sort of thing is okay. Yeah.
It's nice.
Oh, well, okay, here's a better look at the falls. Yeah, a couple of campsites down here. Primo spots. Whew. We will do the offshoot to go up there on our way out on Monday. But since we're a little behind schedule, a little strapped for time, we're just gonna head her on up the trail right away here. Should be a great trip. It's widely regarded as one of the nicest hikes in the Canadian Rockies, so I'm really looking forward to it. Good news is the 7.5 kilometers or whatever we have to do to make it to where we were going to camp last night. It's supposed to be very, very easy going, so we should be able to fly along it pretty quickly. Get there pretty early. So our hike is starting on the Yoho Valley Trail. As you can see, pretty chill to begin.
Yoho Valley Highway.
Yeah, more like it. This trail actually did start as a carriage road. So all along here they had sort of trees laid across the the path and then sort of filled it in with dirt so carriages could get along. So yeah, it's pretty wide and flat and easy going. So like I said, I think we're gonna get there probably before our friends even wake up, because they like to sleep in. First wildlife sighting of the trip. They see us. Go on about your breakfast, guys. I'll leave you alone. So we're walking along the banks of the Yoho River, along the Yoho Valley hiking trail. As you can see, it's about as wide and well maintained of a trail as you're ever going to see. So this trail's been around for a long time. This particular section started out as a carriage road, I guess, back in 1903, somewhere around there. That was sort of pretty shortly after Yoho became incorporated into the national park system. So before 1901, I think it was called the Mount Stephen Reserve in this area. In 1901, its popularity grew, became a national park, and a lot of exploration and stuff really opened up in here. The new name, Yoho, it's a Cree word for, it's an exclamation of awe and wonder, apparently.
Yoho.
Yoho, yeah. Okay. Seems applicable. We'll definitely have a lot of awesome sights in store, I'm pretty sure, along the way.
Already seen a few.
Yeah, off to a great start, for sure. Our first little detour off of the main trail. Just wanted to come over here, take a quick look at Angel Staircase Falls. All the way up this valley wall here. Pretty cool. Definitely not as epic looking as Takuka, but still very pretty. A nice little spot here. We're going to be seeing a lot of this sort of thing along this hike. The Yoho Valley was very, very deeply glaciated, but when the glaciers receded, all the tributaries off to the sides were also snowpack. They receded at a much slower rate. So the main glacier kind of dug out this giant U-shaped valley in the middle, left really high walls on either side that were also full of glaciers. And as those started to thaw, they created a whole bunch of waterfalls. So that's why waterfalls are kind of the norm along this trail. So we'll be seeing quite a few of them, I believe.
It's cool, waterfalls are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just a quick little, a couple hundred meters detour off the main trail. We're in a bit of a rush to meet our friends, but the trail's so nice and so easy that we're probably going to hit any little detours that we come across, just in the hopes of seeing something nice, and so we can get some nice views for the viewers at home there.
And for me.
And for you? Alright, I guess you can have some views as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so back onto the trail. And right away, I think we come to another little detour to see another waterfall. Laughing Falls. This one's a little bit further.
The Laughing Falls we want to go.
That's where we go to. Point Lace Falls, yes, okay. Another little detour over this way. Let's go check out another waterfall, shall we? I'll show you when we get there. And there's Point Lace Falls. Again, just a couple hundred meters up the trail. This one's a little bit nicer. Very cool.
I like this one better than the last one.
Yeah. Well, the other one's just so far away, across the river and everything. Very pretty.
I would like to climb that.
What's that?
I would like to climb that. I'm not going to.
And if you came back in the winter with an ice axe, I bet you could climb that. Yoho Valley's famous for some pretty awesome ice climbing. What with all the waterfalls, it makes some sense. Very pretty. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna get back on the main trail and just keep on heading along. Quick little look at Duchenzie Lake. Not much of a lake at the moment. Tends to dry up by mid to late August most of the time. The only reason I really came down here is I was hoping in the wide open space this time of day to see some sort of wildlife, but looks like not today. Beautiful piece behind there. Very cool. So this ground's pretty soft right here, so I'd imagine it kind of comes up over here at the high point in the spring, but yeah, looking fairly low right now. Looks like I made it to Laughing Falls Campground down there. Pretty cool. Wow, what a great spot. It's kind of on the point jutting out between these two streams where they run together. That's awesome. There's Danny. She's hungry. She's getting angry with me. Stopping and taking all my videos like a geek. Cool. Very cool spot. Man, I want to come back and camp here. That's a beautiful campground. Oh yeah. There we go. Is it? Why do they think they call it Laughing Falls?
Do you know the answer to that question?
I have no idea. It's beautiful though. Very cool. That's awesome actually. It sort of cuts down to this little narrow and pours down into a pool and then just comes flying out. It's gorgeous. Just like you.
Aww.
Alright, let's keep moving. As nice as this is, it's not where we're stopping. We gotta get to Twin Falls. I'm guessing up this way. Here I am. Nothing terribly exciting over at Duchenzie Lake there.
No?
No. I was hoping to see some wildlife, but nothing. So we made it to Twin Falls Campground, met up with our friends, had some breakfast, which was awesome. I'll show you some actual video of Twin Falls Campground when we come back to it again, because we're just taking off right now to do a little jaunt up to Yoho Glacier. It's about a 5-kilometer little out and back. Apparently gives you some pretty nice views right of the glacier there. So Brian and Lisa still need to pack their things up, so they're not going to come with us for this little excursion. So we're just going to meet up with them at Twin Falls Chalet, or Twin Falls, yeah, when we get there. So got to drop the big pack, go on the little ultralight day pack, so we can just fly up there and back real quick. Should be pretty good. Coming out of the trees now, on our way up towards Yoho Glacier. Oh wow. Quite the expanse all of a sudden. It's pretty neat. So it's water flowing down. From just up around that bend, which I'm assuming is where the glacier is. So
Glacier here anymore.
yeah, let's go down and take a look and see what's around the bend, because that's where the water's coming from. So this like hard line in the trees, this sort of marks, I believe, where the glacier was. Back around 1844, I believe is where it sort of started receding. So 170 years ago, 172 years ago. So you can imagine this was all full of ice back then. So we're just gonna keep going down here a little bit. Hopefully there is still some glacier left to look at. So it looks like the trail does drop down and scramble around there. I think you can go down, cross over there, and start scrambling up this way for some pretty spectacular views up at the top of that. But we don't have time for that, unfortunately. Maybe if we were staying another night at Twin Falls, we would attempt that. So yeah, we're gonna turn around here. This is sort of where the trail ends on the map as well. So it looks like it's kind of free form from here. I'm curious what's around the corner, but not so curious that I want to drop back down there and then climb all the way back up. And we do need to get moving again so we can catch up with Brian and Lisa before too long. Definitely worth a little detour up here, and for sure if you've got a little bit more time, I think the trip up around that bend would be totally worth it. But not for us, not on this trip, unfortunately. Taking pictures. Nice. What do you think? What do you think? I kind of feel like Yoho makes Jasper look ugly. Like, seriously, as far as spectacular scenery goes, it's right up there with Glacier so far. We haven't even got to the good stuff yet, so.
Oh, this is pretty good, so I'm excited to see what the good stuff is.
Yeah. Alright, one more quick little look. I could hang out here all day, I really could. But, as I said, we got some miles to do, so we're gonna keep pushing on. Waterfall coming right there. Cool. Let's hit it.
Alright.
Back at Twin Falls Camp. Got all of our stuff repacked into our proper bags. Pretty little stream. Nice little, tons of tables in the eating area here. Campgrounds, like the sites are actually back in here. Nice and sheltered. So, pretty cool spot actually.
Yeah,
Wouldn't mind staying here. Didn't look quite as, not quite as scenic as that Laughing Falls one that we passed on the way in. That one looked awesome, but. And you can't actually see Twin Falls from here. It's kind of up the stream that way. So that's where we're headed next. Nice little detour up to the valley there. We didn't quite go all the way up to Yoho Glacier just because we needed to turn around, get moving back towards to catch up to Brian and Lisa.
Also, we didn't have the topographical map, so we didn't entirely know which one was which.
Yeah, we had to drop down and go around that bend, and that just looked like too much work. So, oh well, reason to come back because I have a feeling that that's pretty awesome. Looks like you can get pretty close to the glacier there. So, next time. Sorry, dear viewers.
Have to come back to Yoho.
Sorry, dear viewers, we didn't give you the views.
Something was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous spot. Just going out into there, it was pretty awesome. Yep. Anyways, we got to get moving so we can catch up to those other guys and start heading up and up and up. Yeah, whale back coming up shortly. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Car straight through. That's beautiful. Here's a look at the Twin Falls Chalet. It was established in 1908 as a shelter for the Canadian Pacific Railroad, and can't really beat the view. So they expanded it into a lodge in 1923, opened in 1924. So you can stay here. I think it's about $250 a night. Gets you your meals included. It's a little bit more rustic than some of the lodges in the Rockies. There's no running water, no electricity. They do serve tea and lunch and things like that for hikers coming through as well. So pretty cool. Cool little spot. There's a little trail down this way. We're gonna go down and check it out because I think it's a much nicer viewpoint of Twin Falls up there. You all right?
But, didn't go in the water, that's all that matters.
Now there's a look at Twin Falls. Can you guess why they call it Twin Falls?
No.
Pretty awesome. So this is fed by Glacier de Poilu up on the other side, which we should be able to get a good view of because our next stop is kind of climbing up on top of this ridge. So that's going to be pretty awesome. When the Canadian Pacific Railway was expanding into this area, or like they were trying to expand it as a recreational area, one of these falls was dwindling down quite just to like a trickle. So some industrious people figured the best way to go about improving that is dynamite. So they actually blasted one of the sides and just made matters worse. They end up clogging it up even more. It was quite the ordeal, I guess, to get it flowing a little bit more evenly. But even today, you can see the one on the left there is a little bit less intense. And towards the end of the summer and the early fall, I guess it dwindles down to just a trickle. So I've heard a lot of conflicting numbers on how tall this waterfall really is. From like 60 meters up to 180 meters. It looks a little bit closer to the 180 to me, but maybe that the actual fall part, so that top drop, is about 80 or so meters. But all the way down to here to the valley floor is a lot closer to 150, 160. So pretty awesome. The chalet up there is a pretty cool little spot. So you get a great view from the top balcony as well. So. Yeah. There's a closer view. We're gonna get even closer still because there's a little loop trail that comes around here and brings you right up towards the base of the drop there. So that's where we're headed, I think. Cool. Popular spot. You can tell why. Whew.
Yeah.
All right, onward and upward. We're gaining some serious elevation now, so should be getting up to the top of the ridge before too long, and getting some spectacular views back down through the valley.
Well, that's a nasty switchback.
Yeah, this is kind of the grade of switchbacks we're dealing with, so.
Hello.
Onward and upward.
Fancy meeting you here.
Indeed. And here comes the hail.
Woo.
Seems to be the kind of luck we're having this year with the weather.
Always when we're on top of something.
Yeah. Oh man, it's really starting to come down pretty good.
Yeah. I think I made the right decision by putting on my jacket.
Yep. Not much in the way of views right now. Kind of overcast. Hopefully this is gonna blow over pretty quick though. Looks kind of clear up ahead, so we'll see. We'll see.
We shall see.
Anyways, we're getting really close to the top of the ridge here, so...
Onward? Or do we want to wait until the hill?
No, go for it.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting close to the top, so hopefully things blow over when we're right at the top so we can get some views. That would be nice. We were kind of expecting this, so... Maybe not the hail so much, but the rain. You started out down there. Now we're up here. Some very impressive sounding thunderclaps keep coming every few minutes.
A little concerning. But
Yeah.
it seems to be moving that direction. So.
Yeah, the storm kind of blew over and it's heading in that direction right now. So that's good at least. And we're not really all that exposed. We're kind of in the tree cover still for now. Kind of curious to see what it looks like up ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're almost at the top of Twin Falls, so it's gonna be pretty cool. If anyone's ever up here, you know, just be very careful approaching the edge. People have died here. Actually, just I think 2 weeks ago, some 20-year-old kid from Calgary took a spill off of some of the rocks up here and fell to his death. Very sad. And September, the year before that, someone else did this exact same thing in the same area. So it's
Wanna go that way?
yeah, let's go check it out. We're gonna go take a look, but obviously we'll be very, very careful. Things are pretty slick right now because of the rain, so we're gonna be very careful with our footing, and definitely won't get too close, do anything too dangerous or silly. It's gonna look pretty cool though. Some other people down in here. Alright.
Thought I saw a naked person.
Pretty good spot to stop for lunch, I'd say. Waterfall's just over behind these trees. There's some people over there right now, so I'm just gonna give them a minute to clear out and then go down and take a look. Picture right down there was where we were standing, looking up at the same spot that we are right now. Pretty awesome. So up around there is the valley where we started out earlier today to Yoho Glacier. Cool. Straight up across. That glacier there is Diablerit, I guess. This mountain here with this cool little feature on the top is Troll Tinder. That's Troll Tinder Glacier. And Mount Balfour in behind it. Over here, this glacier is Fairy Glacier. And then Fairy Lake is sort of nestling down in that hole right there. And off that way. That impressive looking peak sticking out, that's Mount Niles. Wow. Pretty awesome little spot, for sure. Dan is crossing the suspension bridge across the Twin Falls Creek. They take this bridge down in the fall so that it doesn't get destroyed by avalanche. So if you're doing this hike really early in the spring or really late in the fall, apparently there can be no bridge here. So you need to ford up ahead there. I just came across the bridge there. Oh, cool. Little snowpack, little snow tunnel there still. So yeah, this is sort of the Whaleback Trail. Going up this way, Twin Falls Creek. It's fed by Glacier. Might be the tip of it there, I'm not sure. It's called Glacier de Poilu. There is a little side adventure for those who are interested by just following this creek. There's an unmarked path that kind of goes along there. That'll take you up over that ridge and let you see the glaciers in behind that feed this waterfall. Well, a little thunder rolling off in the distance there. The rain's starting to dribble again. God, it's going to. It's just going to be like that, I think, for the afternoon. So this big heap right here is the Whaleback. So we're going to be following along the base of this and then dropping down into Yoho Campground. So should be pretty cool. All right, let's try this again. I'm trying to read the map while I'm walking it. It's throwing me off. Okay, so this is Whaleback. We're going along the base of this essentially for the next 5 kilometers and then dropping down into Little Yoho. The end there, that's Isolated Peak. That one sticking out the top. Off this way is Arrête Peak and Mont de Poilu. And this guy here, that's Yoho Peak. So, alright. Got it sorted now. I know where I am. Okay, looking back this way, sort of enclosed in the clouds, is Mont de Poilu. Now, that peak has a very important part in the history of Yoho National Park. In 1897, a German math professor named Jean Abel saw that peak and decided he wanted to be all up on it. So he organized an expedition to try to get to it. And that was sort of the birth of the first part of the trail that we did, the Yoho Valley Trail. Pretty much the same sort of access up to Yoho Glacier that we did earlier today. They didn't make it all the way to the top. They did get onto Yoho Glacier and sort of, but they ran out of food, so they had to call it. His report on that trip, though, which I believe was published in 1901, something like that. That really popularized the area, got everyone excited about the potential of Yoho Valley, and started the process of getting it into the national park system, and started the process of expanding it. Expanding its leisure potential. So, yeah, very important peak. You can hear the thunder off in the distance, making me a little bit nervous because we are fairly high. We're by no means the highest feature around here, but tree covers are getting a little bit more sparse, and the thunder keeps going, so I haven't seen any flashes of lightning though, so not overly concerned at this moment. There's a better look at Poilu, not all covered in clouds. You can see why that was appealing to a mountaineer.
Oh my god.
Oh, pretty awesome.
That's incredible.
Alright, now I'm a little bit concerned about the lightning because we are standing right at the tip of this very exposed area, but keep getting little breaks in the rain. Wow. So we're coming around the bend of Whaleback here and getting our first look over towards the presidential range. Back the way we came. Stormy over there. Got a moment of respite here. There's a nice look at the vice president, I believe, aka Barometer Peak. They call it that because from the ACC hut at the bottom, at the camp near the campground where we're going, if you can see that, it's usually a good day for adventures in the mountains. That's the president over there, I believe. And then, of course, nestled into the basin there is Emerald Glacier. So obviously that used to be glaciated all the way around. But you can see some more of it over here as well. Very cool. Very cool. Easily one of the nicest hikes we've ever done. It's not the best one. It's in the top 3. It sounds like the end of the world.
It does. It's really cool though.
Yeah, it is. I definitely am happy that we're down here now.
Be up on that ridge right now would be terrifying.
Yeah, we're actually seeing flashes of lightning now. So, and as you can tell, the thunder's coming fast and furious, and it's sounds really cool. Like you just hear it echoing all around the valley. But yeah, we would not want to be up on that exposed ridge right now. Yeah. We're about 3 kilometers from camp, so hopefully it won't be too long. We're just huddling under this tree for a couple of minutes. Just
hoping that it lets up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it's just getting worse and worse now, so. I just hope that there's a break when we get to camp so that we can set up the tent in relative dryness. And the hail's back. This is why you always plan to get wet in the Rocky Mountains, because this is how it goes.
Found another dry spot.
We're just kind of sprinting in between trees here, trying to stay a little bit dry. Saw a flash.
Okay. That's pretty close.
That was less than a kilometer away, I think.
That big clap of thunder was like lightning thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems to be like a clap of thunder and then hail.
Yeah. All right, let's go with that. So we'll sprint between trees.
Perfect, as soon as the hail disappears.
Yeah, so much for that.
Yeah.
Oh well. Morning, day 2.
It's not raining anymore.
Yeah, I didn't really do any filming last night because we were pretty much just sprinting around between thunderstorms, trying to get things set up and stay relatively kind of sort of dry. Yeah. Nice campground.
It's beautiful now that it's not raining.
Yeah, here's a little look outside. Sun's coming up. Yay! Can see some of the condensation stuck to the screen of the tent. We're just kind of laying in bed, reading a little bit. It's probably like, I don't know, 10, 12 degrees out there. Not cold, but not warm enough that I want to get out of my toasty warm down sleeping bag. So.
And we don't really have anywhere we need to be.
It's true. We are just kind of hanging out at camp and probably doing some sort of excursion later on once we consult the map and see what looks good around here.
And what everybody's feeling. But I'm quite content to lay in this down for the next little while.
We ended up knocking off about 27 kilometers in total mileage yesterday.
I don't know why we do this to ourselves sometimes.
It was the right call.
Yeah, it was the right call, and it was fun, and it felt pretty good, actually. But minus the massive thunderstorms once we got to camp. One on the trail was kind of fun. The ones once we got to camp were just annoying.
Yep. Anyways, I'm just gonna shoot some video later on when we're actually up and about.
Time for morning coffee by the little Yoho River across from the President Range. The little Yoho campground, like the bear bags, cooking areas. Really pretty campground. Really pretty. You can see up here, that's Vice President Mountain. Over there in between those trees is the President. Those were named for the heads of the Canadian Pacific Railroad. Originally they named them for their names, but then they found out that they already had names, mountains named after them, so they changed it to their titles. President Range, the Yoho River, the pass here. Very cool. We'll be doing a day hike up that direction, we'll see. Down the valley here. Everyone's laying their stuff out on the banks, trying to get some sun, dry everything out. Because that rain last night was ridiculous. Hey, you liking this hike so far?
It's pretty awesome.
Yoho Valley, Whaleback.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta say, up on top of the Whaleback there was one of the nicest spots we've ever been. I guess we should get hung out a little bit, but I was a little afraid of getting struck by lightning.
There were some big claps of thunder and some lightning right above us when we were up there, so...
Well, the lightning was still off in the distance. It wasn't like when we were coming up the trail to get to the campground. That was insane.
That was ridiculous.
It was non-stop. Yeah.
That part was lots of fun. I actually quite enjoyed hiking in that storm.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy the rain lots.
Yeah, it makes it frustrating trying to get your stuff set up when the rain just won't stop. We get tiny little breaks, and then there's a waterfall up there. Behind there. Bet if we crossed and went up this path, we could get up there and get a nice view of it. Maybe we'll do that. We'll insert trickling down off on the side here. Tons of waterfalls in this park. It's one of the most beautiful parks I've ever seen. This one's definitely going up towards the top of the list. Overall nicest hikes. I think it's
Although I don't know what the exact top 5 are, it's definitely in top 5.
Yep, I think so.
I think there's about 8 in top 5.
Funny how that works.
Weird. There's a trail over there.
I think it goes up to the top of that waterfall.
I don't want to ford this river to go see.
Yeah, I think we should go take a look later.
Maybe in the afternoon?
Maybe.
Yeah. Be good. Maybe the water will be a little bit calmer.
Maybe. It looks pretty.
It's a lot calmer than it was last night.
It's pretty chill right now. It'd be easy to get across.
Not very
Sure, it's cold as.
It is glacial, so. Yeah, it's probably 0 Celsius.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 2 degrees Celsius.
Vice President across the way here. It's also known as the Barometer Peak, because I guess there's a Alpine Club of Canada hut just sort of up the river here, and sort of in behind the campground. I guess from the hut, if you look across and you can see the Vice President, it's a good sign that you've got a nice day in the mountains.
Good.
Coming up. So.
I think that they can see the president or the vice president from their hut.
It's got this really cool, distinctive, like vertical layers. It's the whole thing just turned up on its side, I guess. Need to start looking into the geology of the Rockies a little bit. I've got a book on it. It's just so dense, it's hard to read.
Kind of like reading a textbook.
Yeah, pretty much. Interesting though. Hopefully the sun's gonna stay. It's supposed to be kind of like this, off and on, cloudy, sunny, maybe a little bit of showers.
But nothing like yesterday. No thunderstorms.
But
forecast.
yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be crazy.
When we pulled the weather forecast, it wasn't gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, things change.
Who knows?
Anyways, we're gonna finish our coffee here. And then, I don't know what we're gonna do. Probably find something to hike, somewhere to go. Probably gonna spend some time just hanging around at camp and enjoying the views.
Whatever.
Yeah?
If we hang out here and just walk up there, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, definitely want to do that later. Alright, check back in a little bit. So if you just come across the Little Yoho River, you can come up a little ways and a nice little view looking down. We're following a trail. Let's see what this guy's moving through over there. Up along this, and then we're going to go up and follow the river up into the valley at the top there. Hopefully get up to a lake that's sort of stashed up in there. So should be a nice day. Clouds keep rolling in that look like they may or may not rain on us. But then it clears out and it's sunny and warm again, so hopefully we get more of that. I'm not feeling the rain so much today. Should be some really pretty scenery coming up. So even through here is kind of nice. All these wildflowers. Should only be about 5-6 kilometers out and back to the pass where we were thinking about going to. So I guess there's a scramble up to the top of Kerr Peak, which is also an option. So we'll see how we're feeling when we get up there. It's already like noon. We definitely took our time getting going today because we have nowhere we gotta be. Danny's excited. This is like 200 meters from our campground. We've already had to stop a couple of times just to take some videos. Really impressive looking sights. So, it's gonna be a good day.
We're going up there, right?
Here's another look at that President Range and the Emerald Glacier.
Oh, did we hike up that ridge?
No, we're going down along this over here.
You probably could come back that way.
Wow.
I'm done.
Doing a couple of divergent trails here. They're following the actual path. Brian and I feel like doing a little scrambling, so we're just going up to the top of this, along this moraine here. Just get a little perspective. There's the ACC hut down by the campground where we started. Pretty good little elevation gain. We've only been gone for about, I don't know, 45 minutes from the campground. President Range and then the glacier there. What do you think, buddy?
It's pretty awesome.
It's a rad spot up here.
It's a scenic route, worth it.
Yeah, we're kind of taking the scenic route. So we scrambled all the way up this moraine. We're actually we were originally planning on going was kind of up along this river, which comes up over here. And I guess there's a lake up at the top, up there. So, since we came up here, we don't want to drop back down. So we're just gonna kind of come across these ridges here and see if we can head over that way and meet up with the girls a little bit closer to that end of the trip. I think I see the actual path right over there. So if we come up on this side, I think we'll be just fine. Sweet! Let's keep moving.
I think we should do Iceline.
You want to go up?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Let's get a little closer there and see what we see. Getting pretty close to the source of the little Yoho River. Or one of them, anyways. Okay, way down there. There's the hut in the distance. The whale back over there. I think Cody came down originally yesterday. A little bit of cloud coverage over there where the storm just kind of blew over us. We're just kind of scrambling up this stuff to get to the top. And hopefully a nice mountain lake just up over there. We made it to Kohetanuk Lake at 2,450 meters. It's, I believe, one of the highest elevation alpine lakes in Canada. It is pretty awesome. The trail does keep up there a little bit, so we're gonna go take a look down at this gorgeous spot. Alright, we're up at the top of Kiwetinok Pass, looking down at the lake. That's Kohetanuk Peak. Apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Valley stretching out the other way. Chilly wind. It feels nice to have my pack off. It's like drying out my sweaty back. Oh. One of the most rewarding little excursions that we've done, I'd say. Oh. Pretty remarkable. But also exhausting. I'm starving. Just gonna grab a bite to eat. Start working our way back down to meet up with the girls.
Don't make Daddy stretching. Daddy know that.
Now she does, thanks. Good place for some yoga. Warrior 1.
I could do that
Not
too.
Warrior One.
No, I'm saying go to Warrior 1. It would look good with the lake in behind it.
I'd like pull a muscle, then I like to do it.
Feels good though.
Monday morning. Time to go home. We're just leaving little Yoho campground. What an awesome spot. Right by the river. Waterfalls. I actually want to come back and just sort of hang out there for a few days. Because there just seems to be tons of options for really fun little scrambles and excursions from that spot. So the lake yesterday was one of the nicest places I've been. It's, yeah, really looking forward to the hike out because we get to do the Iceline trail on the way out to get back to the parking lot there. And Iceline's supposed to be one of the nicest sort of day hikes and the most popular day hikes in the Rockies. So should be pretty cool. Definitely going to be some more scenic opportunities along the way. I've been to a little bit of the alpine area now. Getting some very nice views of the valley. See the whale back across the way there, where we came down 2 days ago. So. Very nice hike so far. It's kind of a nice steady uphill. Oh, there's a great look at this glacier back the other way. Alright, looks like the view is about to open up a little bit. Oh, nice little alpine lake there. Huh. I'm pretty sure this is why they call it Iceline. It's the Emerald Glacier straight ahead there. Pretty cool. So, Iceline?
That's a glacier.
Yes, it is.
This is a sweet little trail.
Yeah, for sure. You can see why that's one of the most popular day hikes around.
Yeah.
Nice little lake down there.
Has some challenging pushes, but not like crazy challenging.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go up there.
Yeah, up over here. See, it's kind of busy today. A lot of people out. The view back's no slouch either. Totally scramble up onto that ridge there, off that moraine there. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Takes a long time to get back to the car if we keep stopping so much and geeking out on the views. It's not very far, but just so nice to look at. Taking our time. Brian and Lisa coming up the trail down there. The trail sort of runs along here. But we did a little detour because how could you not? What do you think?
Worth the detour.
Yeah. New favorite hike? Yeah, I think so too. That's the way we came. That's the way we're going. Here's our first good look at Takuka Falls down there. That's where we're headed, base of that. So we gotta go down a little bit.
Tiny bit.
Just a little bit.
My knees are gonna be angry with me.
Probably. To leave. Sad that we have to go home because it's pretty awesome out here. Definitely get some better views of the falls there as we get a little bit closer. So, good times. Good times. Here's a look at Takuka Falls from across the way, up above. You can see this guy down here for perspective. Apparently the second tallest waterfall in Canada. Pretty amazing. I think we're going to go up to see it from the bottom once we get down, because it's just sort of past the parking lot where we left the car. So definitely going to go check that out. It's just been kilometer after kilometer of spectacular alpine landscape with glaciers all around. I think Iceline Trail's moved up to which point, Nat?
There's people right there.
What's that?
There's people right there.
Oh yeah. Some adventurous folks went and scrambled up to the base of the glacier there.
That'd be cool.
Not for this trip, but definitely come back and do that. That looks pretty sweet. Huh. You can see how busy the trail is getting. It's a long weekend, so everyone wants to be out and enjoying the mountains. It's been kind of relentless downhill for a while now. We're down into the trees. See, we're getting closer to the falls though. It's across there. Seeing a lot of people on the way up. This is making me very, very glad that my pack weight is down to probably 21, 22 pounds right now. That's since all of the food's been eaten. So it's been a lot nicer on my knees than any of our other trips so far this year. They're sore, but they're not painful like they have been. Getting pretty close though. There's a look. There's the parking area down there. That's where we're headed. Pretty cool.
There.
Made it down to the road level. And that's Whiskey Jack Hostel over there, I think.
Let's live there.
If only. Yeah, the hostel over there. It was originally built by the Canadian Pacific Railroad as a shelter, but it was built sort of like up on a slope, and then it got destroyed by an avalanche. So they moved it and they rebuilt it, and then it got destroyed by an avalanche again, and that's kind of what's left of it. Welcome to Yoho. We made it. Well, we still need to go over there to the parking lot, but yeah, made it down. Made it back to the car. Pretty awesome.
Gatorade is my friend.
We got Gatorade, we got chips, we got tasty things. Yep. Oh, we got a long drive ahead of us. About 4.5 hours probably.
Yeah, depending on what the road does.
So, we're gonna get a move on. The executive decision has been made to skip the sliding around. We're skipping the close-up look of the falls, just because we've got a long ways to go, and we need to do laundry and things like that. It's fine. So we're gonna get on the road. For now, we're just gonna get a move on. There's important business to take care of. Sort of a hamburger variety.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Somewhere along the road would be great.
Yep. All right, Iceline Trail and Yoho Valley and the Whaleback, and just so awesome. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get moving.